Hi, welcome to a brand new live watercolor tutorial. Today we are going to be painting cute little bunny illustrations. So we'll be painting two of them. One will be with poppies and the other one will be with mushrooms. So let's get started. I am going to turn my camera around. Okay, and it's going to shake for a few seconds. So I can set up my phone. Hi everyone, how are you doing? So I provided my sketches here of this one here and also this one in the wow. In the description of this video, there's a link to these that you can download and transfer onto your watercolor paper if you would like. Hi Joyce, good morning. Hi Chrissy, how are you doing? Sydney, hi. Sarah, I'm so glad you guys can join me today. So for my supplies, I am using this, it's called the Etcher Sketchbook. So this is, I also have stickers on it, but yeah, this is my sketchbook here. It's like a really nice, high quality sketchbook. I got it as a gift from a subscriber here. Thank you, Allison. She got me the sketchbook. And so I'm really excited to try it out. And I thought that I would use it for these bunny illustrations. So I'm using the Etcher Sketchbook, and for my brushes, I am using my Princeton Neptune brushes that I always use. So I have a size 8 round brush, and I will also be using my size 4 round brush, and let's see, my size 0 round brush. I might also use this Filbert Greener brush here from Princeton, their Velvet Touch series, like for fur. I'm not sure if I'll use it, but maybe I will. And for my paints, I am using some Daniel Smith paints. I have my Burnt Umber from Daniel Smith paints gray. I have this Serpent green, and I will also be using some of my Winsor Newton paints like this Winsor red here, and I might also get out my purple here, my quinacridone violet. And yeah, so those are basically the colors I'm using, and all of the supplies are also linked below in the description. Hi Desiree, hi Susie. I'm so glad you guys could join me. So who here is going to be following this tutorial with me? Okay, yeah, let me know if you're going to be following along or if you're just here to hang out with us. So the first thing we're going to do, we are going to paint the rabbit. So we'll paint this rabbit here, and then we will also paint this rabbit. So we'll go ahead and paint the rabbits first, and then we will paint the poppies and the mushrooms and leaves. Okay, so let's get started. I am going to take my size 4 round brush here, and I'm gonna mix some colors for the rabbit. Susie says that she is hoping to follow along. Yay! Chrissy says it's midnight in Australia right now, but I'm excited to paint in the morning. Awesome! So you're probably going to bed right now, right? I feel like I wouldn't be awake enough to paint at midnight. but I'm not really a night owl. I'm more of like a morning person. Okay, so I'm taking some burnt umber here. I'm just adding some to my palette. I probably won't mix anything into this brown really. So I just have some on my palette here with some water. And then I want some gray as well. So I'm taking some Payne's Gray here. And I want to add a good amount of water to it. I want it to be kind of light because the first layer on these rabbits, I want the first layer to be very light. So I think I'm going to start, like for the first layer on the rabbits, I think I want it to be like a light gray to start out with. So yeah, I'm just adding a good amount of water to that. Okay. So I'm taking this gray and I'm just going to paint in the rabbit with it, a very, very light gray. And I want to leave the inner part of his ear right here. I want to leave that because I want that to be kind of like a light pink. I don't want it to be gray. So I'm going to leave that unpainted. And his little tail here, cotton tail, I want to keep that, at least for now, I want to keep it unpainted. And I'll keep his eye unpainted as well. Or for the most part, I'll just paint around his eye. And these bunny illustrations, I kind of want to go for something that's like somewhat realistic, but not too realistic. Kind of like, I don't know, like a simple bunny. Not too much detail or anything. Okay. Yeah, I just want that to be as light as possible. Okay, so we are going to do the same thing on the other bunny. Sydney says, I'll definitely do these paintings later, but for now I'm working on an acrylic painting, doing a buffalo on an Indian style drum. Wow, that sounds really cool. Yeah. Sarah says, this morning I've been redoing 3 of the butterflies. Just have to paint them. Yeah, so if you guys don't know, we did a 30-day butterfly challenge, and that ended yesterday. But of course, you are welcome to like partake in it now or like anytime. But yeah, we did a 30-day butterfly challenge. That was like a lot of fun to do. The last 3 or I think 4 live tutorials has been like for the challenge, like butterflies. Okay, hold on just a second. I'm also filming a little bit on my DSLR. So I had to like set up my camera. Okay. actually painted these bunnies before, like for bookmarks. And they were a lot of fun to paint. They're so cute. Okay, so the first layer on these bunnies is done. I'm going to go ahead and work more on this one now. Okay. Desiree says, "Oh no, why you need to redo?" Oh, she's talking to Sarah. And then Desiree says that she sketched out the last 3 of the butterflies for the challenge today. I don't know. I'm kind of excited to paint something else that's not a butterfly. It's kind of, I don't know. I like painting butterflies, but it's nice to paint something new now. Okay, so this is still kind of wet. Okay, I think I was going to plan on painting the bunnies first, like, and finish them first and then paint everything else, but maybe I will go ahead and do the first layer on everything so that this bunny can dry completely before I add the next layer. So, I think I'll paint in these mushrooms here, like the first layer on these mushrooms. Okay, so for the, I kind of want these to be red because the poppies will be red. So I want these illustrations to like have the same kind of color palette. Like I want them to go well together. So I'm going to paint these mushrooms red. You don't have to if you don't want. You can paint them like any kind of color you want. So I'm going to start with like a very light red color with a lot of water. Okay. And this is called Windsor Red. And you can also add more mushrooms than me. I just chose to have these 3, like 2 little ones and a large one down here. Okay. I'm going to kind of wipe some of this paint off of this one, kind of make it lighter. Same over here. Okay. Gonna take some more red. Gonna add a touch of green to it to kind of tone it down a little bit. Mushrooms are like one of my, oops, sorry. One of my most favorite things to paint. Do you guys like painting mushrooms too? I especially love the red ones. I don't know why. I just feel like I'm just drawn to them, like the red ones. Okay, and I think I'm going to go ahead and use the same red for these poppies on this one. Can you guys see my video okay? On my laptop it looks a little blurry, but maybe that's just my laptop. But my phone looks okay. Okay, so I'm going to take this red again. And I'm going to add a touch of green to it. Gosh, I have so much red in my brush. Okay. And I'm going to do a very light layer on these poppies like the mushrooms. I noticed how the poppy petals, oh my gosh, you can't even see, I'm sorry. The poppy petals, they aren't like super curved, like they're kind of irregular looking or curvy in some areas and bumpy, and if that even makes sense. Like they're not cookie cutter petals. Hi Eva, how are you doing? How are your finals? Are they going well? Are you done yet? Thank you, Desiree, for letting me know that it's not blurry where you are. Okay, it just must be like my laptop or something. So I'm leaving like a little sliver of white right there, at least for now, because I don't really want the paint I'm painting with now, like in this petal, to seep into this one here. Okay. Poppies are one of my favorite flowers to paint. I feel like they are a lot easier than other flowers. And I just love them in general. They're one of my favorite flowers ever. Do you guys like poppies? And then this petal right here kind of curves. Like this. Okay. Eva says, everything is fine, and you? I am almost finished, but I still have a lot of work. Oh man. I hope they're over soon. That does not sound fun. I do not miss finals at all. Like, student life. Don't miss that. Okay. Can barely see my pencil mark. I think. All right. I'm talking to myself. Um, okay. Oh, you're welcome, Eva. Okay. So the next petal, yeah, I'll paint this one. And again, I'm going to leave like a little sliver of white in between each one, or at least try to. So as of yesterday, at least the last time I checked the poll here in my YouTube community tab, I asked you guys about the next art challenge, which is a barn owl. Like I asked you if you wanted it to be like start now, or if you wanted it, or if you want to wait until July. And as of yesterday, most of you want it to start in July. So if you haven't voted yet, and you like my art challenges, and you want to like have a say in when the next one starts, please vote. If you guys end up wanting, if the majority of you end up wanting the art challenge to start now, I will be sure to upload the tutorial next week, and also the like art challenge entry, like how to participate and stuff like that. Oh, okay, Chrissy is leaving. Well, I'm glad that you could join us at least for a little while. Good night. Thank you. Have a lovely night, and tomorrow, I hope it's a good day for you tomorrow. Okay, I'm leaving the center white for now. Actually, I could probably paint all the way to the edge. I think the petals above are dry. Okay, so there's the first layer of the poppies and the mushrooms, at least the red part. And I think now we will do the second layer on these bunnies. I am going to use my size, that's not what I want. Okay, I guess I'll keep using the size 4 round brush. And I'm going to use brown now. So I'm taking some burnt umber. And I already have some on my palette a little bit, and I'm just adding a good amount of water. I don't want this to be too dark. And I'm also going to go ahead and put some gray on my palette as well, because maybe we'll use that. Okay, let's see. I think first I'll paint in his eye. So yeah, I'm gonna paint his eye with Payne's Gray. If you don't have Payne's Gray, you can use black. Hi Des, how are you doing? Okay, so I think I'm gonna leave like a little white dot right there, just to kind of give him more life to his eye. And then maybe like towards the end, I will add a touch of white gouache in his eye. Okay, and then let's go ahead and paint the inner part of his ear, which is like a pink brown, which I already have some on my palette, but you can mix like a red with some brown. Then I'm going to grab some brown here, some burnt umber. Okay. And I think I'm going to take some Payne's Gray. I'm going to paint under his chin. And now I'm cleaning my brush, and I have some clean water in it, and I'm going to blend with that water. I hope you're doing well too, Des. Are you doing this tutorial with us? What are you up to? I'm going to take this Payne's Gray again. And I'm going to add it under his arm right here. Okay, now I'm cleaning my brush. And I'm going to blend with water. I'm going to add some Payne's Gray between his two arms right here. And I kind of drag it and kind of like paint in his arm and his hand or his paw or whatever. And let's see, I think I'm going to take the Payne's Gray again, and I'm going to paint in his nose, just like a little line right here. And then I'm cleaning my brush, and I have some clean water in it, and I'm just going to kind of blend that a little bit so it looks more soft. And I'm going to kind of drag that Payne's Gray and kind of paint like on the outer edge of his head. Just kind of outline him a little bit. And then I'm going to take some burnt umber now, and I'm going to take my size 4 round brush. I want a good amount of water. I don't want this to be like super intense or anything, so I'm going to paint the edge of his back. And then I'm cleaning my brush, and I have a little bit of clean water in it. I'm going to blend this. kind of throughout all of him. And I'm taking my size 0 round brush now. And some Payne's Gray, so there's some on my palette here. And I'm going to kind of paint the outside of his cotton ball tail like that. And I'm cleaning my brush now. I'm gonna blend with some water. Okay. Then I'm going to take some burnt umber and I'm going to paint in his ear right here. And on the edge. Okay, and I'm cleaning my brush now. And I am putting some clean water in it, and I'm going to blend this. Thank you, Desiree. I think he's really cute as well. And then I'm going to paint in this ear. Okay, and I'm cleaning my brush, adding some clean water to my brush. I'm going to blend with that water. And then I'm taking more burnt umber. And I'm going to paint around his eye. So I'm going to darken up this corner of his eye and this corner here, and kind of darken up to his nose. Now I'm cleaning my brush and I'm going to blend with water. I'm also going to add some burnt umber up here. And I'm going to take some Payne's Gray. And let's see. Okay, so I'm cleaning my brush now, I'm blending with water. I just wanted to darken this up a little bit right here. Okay. I'm going to mix some burnt umber with Payne's Gray. So I'm taking some burnt umber. I'm going to add it here. And then I'm going to take some Payne's Gray. Okay. I'm going to add this gray brown. Let's see, under his arm. And then above his arm, like in between his two arms. Cleaning my brush now, and I'm going to blend with some water. I'm going to drag this to paint it on the outside of his arm to kind of outline him a little bit. And then same here. And then I forgot to paint in his other foot. He has another foot that's like right here. Then I'm going to darken up this area. Blend with water. I'm going to paint in his ear again. Cleaning my brush, blending with water. And then going to darken this area. Blending with water. Then I'm going to add some of the brown gray under his chin here. Blending with water. And then I'm going to darken this corner of his eye up to his nose. Blending with water. And I'm going to darken this corner of his eye. And blending with water. I'm going to paint in his foot. Okay, Desiree says, how are you liking painting on the etcher paper? Yeah, it's really nice. It seems like it's really good quality. I love it so far. Yeah, it's like really thick. It's textured, like cold press watercolor paper. I think it's 100% cotton too. Like, it's really nice. I'm taking some of that gray brown with a lot of water. I want to add some more brown to him in some areas, like under his arm, right here. Okay, and now I am cleaning my brush and blending with water. I don't want to do too much blending now. I kind of want to create texture to kind of mimic fur, if that makes sense. Like, I don't want him to look super smooth or anything. I'm going to add some brown up here. And then, let's see. I'm going to add a touch of gray to him again. So I'm taking some Payne's Gray with a lot of water. I'm just going to add some, like in some areas, like here, maybe here, and down here. Okay, I feel like he does need a little bit more work, but I'm gonna let him dry completely, and then maybe when he's dry, I'll add some more detail and stuff. So let's go ahead and work on the other bunny. Hi, Hannah. I'm so glad you're here. Thank you. Yeah, he is really adorable. Okay, so now I'm gonna try and do the same thing, like the same process with this bunny. I'm gonna go ahead and paint in his eye with my teeny tiny size 0 round brush with Payne's Gray. And I'm gonna leave like a little white spot. Okay. Desiree says, sounds like very good paper. It is. It's really good paper, in my opinion. Yeah. It's 100% cotton, acid-free. Yeah, it's really good paper. I really like it. It's comparable to Arches, in my opinion. Okay, now, let's see. I think I'm going to paint with some brown. So, taking some burnt umber. With a good amount of water. Yeah, so this sketchbook, I linked it in the description, and Desiree, I know you can't buy from Amazon US because you're in the Netherlands, but at least on Amazon in the US, I can only find the sketchbook in a pack of 3, so you have to like buy 3 of them, and it's kind of expensive. So, yeah. But I mean, I can definitely see how it would be a good investment, like to buy 3, because you probably have them for, like, be able to paint in them for years. At least for me, I don't really paint in sketchbooks too much, because a lot of the paintings I paint, I want to be able to sell the originals, but I don't know. It's nice to paint in a sketchbook because I feel like I have less pressure to make the original like super nice to sell. I can just kind of paint whatever I want, and if I mess up or if I don't like it very much or if I think that I can't sell it, it's okay. Okay, so I'm going to kind of blend this brown out into the rest of him. So yeah, these bunny illustrations, I'm thinking of making them into maybe, like if they turn out good, I'm thinking of making them into 5x7 prints, maybe, if you guys would like that, or maybe stickers. I feel like they'd be really cute stickers, like a pack of them, like of both of these in one pack. Desiree says Jackson's has them, I think. Okay, yeah, I only looked on Amazon. I didn't really look anywhere else. Hi Liz, how are you doing? She says it's a hopping good day. Is that supposed to be a pun? That's so funny. Oh, well, I'm glad that you're having a good day. That's good. I'm so happy it's Friday. So yeah, my niece and nephew, they have like a birthday party tomorrow. It's just close family, like just me and his grandma and his parents because of, you know, the pandemic and everything. And I am going to be making a birthday cake today or tonight. And yeah, so that's kind of on my agenda this weekend. And then I need to clean because my sister is going to be visiting me on Monday. She is going to start helping me with my business, which is really exciting. She's coming over and I'm going to start showing her how to like digitize my artwork, like making my watercolor art into like prints and stickers and stuff like that. So that's like really nice because it's a lot of work, and I feel like one of the reasons why I'm like really behind on creating products because of just the time it takes to digitize my art. Like as you might know, I have been wanting to do washi tape, and yep, hasn't happened. Like I kind of designed it, but it's not completely done yet, and it's just because a lot of other things are taking priority right now. So it'll be nice to have her do all that. Because then I can have more time, or more time to dedicate to YouTube and my courses. Okay, let's see. I think I'm going to use Burnt Umber. Hannah says, you should introduce her, your sister, in your blog. That's a good idea. Oh my goodness. That is such a good idea. I should. Or do you mean my vlog or my blog? That's a good idea. So yeah, I just want to say thank you guys to all of you who buy from me, whether it's like my products or my courses, because now, because of that, and for watching my videos, even though I don't make very much from ad revenue, I still make a little bit, and from buying from my Amazon links. I just want to say thank you for doing that, because of this, because of you guys, I'm able to now pay my sister at least for a few hours a week to help me, and that'll really help my business. So thank you guys. Like, I'm very, very thankful for that. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to darken this corner of his eye up to his nose right here. Blend with water. Okay, I'm kind of like painting out his whole face right now. Okay, and I'm going to darken this corner up to up here. And I'm going to paint like the front part of his ear. Blending with water. Okay. Hi, Claire. I'm so glad you're here. How are you doing? I hope you're doing okay. Yeah, thank you, Desiree. It is exciting. Yes, vlog. Okay, yeah, if I remember, I hope I remember, I will introduce her to you guys in, it would be vlog 56, I think. So not this coming Tuesday, but the next Tuesday, if I'm correct. Sydney says, my mom came over and saw Spring of Beauty on my wall. I wanted to take it home with her. Oh, I might have to get her a print. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I'm so glad you're enjoying that painting. That is like one of my most favorite paintings I've ever painted. I'm so glad that it found a home in your home. Claire says, doing better. The kids finished school today. Oh my. Okay, so let's see what to do next. I think I'm going to kind of take some Payne's Gray and darken some areas with that. So I'm going to take some Payne's Gray here and I'm going to darken under his arm right here and blend with water. Okay. And kind of drag this and kind of paint in his belly, like on the outer line of him, like an outline. And then I'm going to take Payne's Gray again. And let's see, paint under his leg and blend with water. Okay. I will probably paint over this area with some brown because I don't know how I feel about that. I'm going to take some Payne's Gray again, just a little bit with a lot of water so that it's fairly light, and I'm going to paint the outer edge of his little cottontail. And I am going to, let's see, paint in his nose. So I'm taking this Payne's Gray again. Just going to paint in the line of his nose here. And then I'm cleaning my brush. I'm going to kind of soften this a little bit with some water. Okay. It's a little too much. I'm kind of wiping some off. Okay. And I'm going to take some more Payne's Gray. I'm going to paint under his chin right here. And blend with water. Okay, and I'm going to take some Payne's Gray again. Paint the edge of his eye here with it, and then up here. And I'm going to blend with water to his nose. Okay, I don't really like that very much. So I'm just I'm going to paint with brown on top of that. I'm going to mix some Payne's Gray with brown again. Okay. And I'm going to take this gray brown and I'm going to add some here and here and blend with water. Okay, that's fine for now. Now I'm going to paint in his ears more. I'm taking my size 4 round brush now. Now I'm blending with water. I'm going to add some of this gray brown right here. Okay. So those of you who are painting along with me, how's it going? Are you finding this easy? These bunnies easy to paint? And I'm gonna kind of darken this side of him. Okay, I think I'm gonna add some more brown to him. So I'm gonna take some burnt umber with a good amount of water, and I'm just gonna kind of add some to him. And then kind of blend that. And then I'm going to add some, well, I don't know, hold on. I think I'm gonna add some more brown down here. Okay. Okay, so I think that's good for now on this layer. I'll let that dry and then I'll add a bit more to him. And so let's go back to this bunny. Okay, let's see. I think he's pretty much done, except I do want to darken some shadows and stuff. So I'm taking my burnt umber here. With a touch of Payne's Gray. And I'm going to darken. I feel like his ear right here is a lot darker than other areas on him. So I kind of want to even that out a bit. I'm going to darken his back. And then here, slightly. Okay, so now I'm cleaning my brush. And I'm going to blend with water. I don't want to make it too smooth looking. I kind of want to have some texture and stuff. So okay, I'm going to add some of this brown here and here. Liz says that she's finishing a painting of 2 rabbits with 2 fairies on a 12 by 12 board with acrylics. Just about as difficult as I knew it would be. That sounds so cool, Liz. 2 rabbits with 2 fairies? That sounds awesome. Yeah, I always have trouble painting with acrylics. Like, it's always a frustrating experience for me. So, yeah, I never paint with acrylics, only if I really have to. So I'm just darkening the outer, like, inner part of his eye here, like, to kind of give him more depth in his face. I'm kind of blending this out a little bit. And then I'm going to darken his nostril here with some burnt umber. I don't know how I feel about that around his eye. I'm gonna kind of wipe some away with my brush here and some water. Okay. I'm gonna add some burnt umber here inside of his ear a little bit. Okay, I don't want to overwork him or mess him up. I think he might be done. So let's go back to this bunny and finish this little guy. Allison says, it is going okay, but mine looks like a beginner painting. Of course it is, so I guess that's okay. Yeah, that's okay. And yeah. And then she says to Liz, that sounds like it'll be beautiful. Yeah, Liz, your painting sounds so like magical and just, I don't know, beautiful. Cindy says, I agree about acrylics. I would have used oils for the buffalo I am painting, but it needs to be finished by the 10th for a birthday, so I don't have time to wait for oils to cure. Yeah, that's the thing about oils. It does require more time, like time to wait in between layers and time to dry. So I'm taking this burnt umber now. I'm going to mix some of that with some Payne's Gray. And I'm going to darken some areas on him, give him some more depth, blend with water. And I'm going to darken the corner of his eyes here. Okay. I feel like I darkened that too much. Kind of rubbing that out a little bit. I'm going to darken here. And his little nostril. Okay. And I'm going to take my size 4 round brush. Claire says, how big are these? So these are for, oops, I'm sorry. These are fairly small. I'm painting in an A5 sketchbook. So compared to my hands, they're kind of small. I think they're about maybe 4 inches. So yeah, they're fairly tiny. Okay, so I'm taking my burnt umber and Payne's Gray mixture. And I'm going to darken his back here a little bit. And blend with water. Okay, I think this little guy could be done as well. Maybe after I paint in the poppies and leaves and then the mushrooms on the other bunny, around the other bunny, I will add more detail to them. But for now, I think they're done. So let's go ahead and paint in these leaves here, like the first layer on these leaves. And the green I'm going to be using is Serpentine Green, which is like a really pretty green from Daniel Smith. Allison is here. Allison Evans got me this color. And Allison, I love this green. It's so pretty. So I'm going to paint the first layer of these leaves with this green here. And I want the first layer to be light. I think for the leaves, we'll just paint maybe 2 layers on them. And if you notice, I like making my leaves like squiggly, kind of like irregular. I feel like they look more interesting and more natural like that. Okay. Oh, Desiree is going to be eating dinner. That's right, it's dinner time for you, isn't it? Thank you. Yeah, um, I I love these bunnies already. They're so cute. So, what would you guys like to be for next Friday's live tutorial? Would you want like a super easy beginner lesson? Or maybe, what were some of your guys' ideas? I feel like you guys have told me ideas, but I kind of forgot what they were. Yeah, just let me know if you have any ideas for next Friday's live tutorial. Sarah says, how about a flower? So do you have any flowers you'd like me to show you how to paint, Sarah, or anyone? Like any flowers? Would you like a realistic flower? To be honest, I'm not very good at loose flowers, so it would probably be a realistic flower. Allison says a realistic peony. And Hannah says a rabbit in an herb garden, or maybe roses. Like just roses, or roses with a rabbit. And Sarah says a sunflower. It is peony season, isn't it? My peonies are blooming now, and I'm so excited. They're one of my favorite flowers. Okay, so now we are going to work on these leaves here, and then we'll paint in the rest of the mushrooms. Allison says a sunflower sounds good too, or an owl. And Liz says a bee on a sunflower. Claire says mine are blooming too. I love them. Yeah, I love clipping them and like putting them in my house. They just make me so happy. Liz says, I just barely painted my sunflowers today. Oh, I just barely planted my sunflowers today with some gem corn. Nice. I planted sunflowers too. I'm really excited for those to come up. I've never planted corn. But I love corn. Corn is yummy. I'm going to take my teeny tiny 0 round brush here, and I'm going to kind of paint in the stem a little bit more. Okay. Hannah says, I cannot wait for my peonies to open and my poppies. Oh, and my hydrangeas. Well, all of the flowers. I love flowers so much. Yeah, I planted gladiolas and dahlias. I'm really excited for those to come up too. Wouldn't it be cool if we can plant mushrooms? Like if we could just buy seeds or bulbs and just have a mushroom garden with all of these different kinds of mushrooms. That would be so cool. I would definitely have a mushroom garden. Taking my size 0 round brush again, I'm going to kind of paint in the stem. There. Cindy says peonies and sunflowers are my favorite flowers. These are all good ideas. Claire says I clipped some and gave them to my mom. Her yard is all shade, so she misses them. Oh, that's so nice of you. And then she says, I have been going on walks and finding lots of mushrooms. Oh, that's awesome. I haven't seen any, which is sad. I don't really live like in a wooded area really, or by like a woods. I wish I did. I've only seen like little tiny mushrooms in my yard, like in my grass. Oh, Claire says I should say hikes because of COVID. I've been craving to go on a hike, like in the woods. Like I've really been wanting to. Taking my tiny brush again, I'm just going to kind of paint in the stem. There. Liz says I have several lizards and other critters that live around my horse's coral. We let the wildflowers grow everywhere. That sounds, seriously, that sounds like a dream. Oh my gosh. You must live in a beautiful place. I'm so jealous. I live in Indiana, and yeah, Indiana can be pretty, like in the summer and in the spring and fall. But I mean, it's not like super gorgeous over here, and I'm always jealous when people live in such beautiful areas. Okay, I'm gonna paint in the stem a little bit more. Okay. And Liz says, yesterday the cottontail that has lived under my hay passed away from old age. Oh, I was so sad all day. She looked like the bunny you were painting. Oh, that's so sad. I'm sorry. Aw. Hannah says, I have a fairy ring in my yard right now. I love when that happens. A fairy ring. Can you explain what that is? I feel like I should know. Okay, Liz knows what it is. Okay, now I feel like I should know what that is. I've heard of it, I feel like. I hope I'm not sounding super ignorant right now. And Claire says, I have to get the kids out of the house and myself for our sanity. Plus, I love hikes. All of the birds and such you see out there. You should totally go. Yeah. Yeah, maybe next weekend, Jimmy and I will go somewhere. I've been really wanting to go camping, and the campgrounds where I live are starting to open back up, and like the parks and stuff. So maybe we'll go to a local state park, go hiking, maybe camping. Okay, so the leaves on the first layer on the leaves are painted in. I'm going to plug my phone in because it's probably going to die soon, so it'll shake for a few seconds. And I'm going to change my camera battery real quick. Liz says that she lives in the high desert, northeast Arizona. We live by Little Colorado River. Oh my gosh. So Jimmy and I, we were going to go on a trip this year out there, like to Arizona, and but we can't because just I don't know. It's just kind of we're just unsure about traveling that far because we live in Indiana, and traveling that far for like a few weeks just seems kind of leery to us during this time. So I don't think we're gonna go. I would love to go to Arizona. I hope we are able to next year. Okay. I'm gonna finish painting in the first layer on these mushrooms. Liz says it's a ring of mushrooms. They often grow that way. Okay. Thank you for sharing that. Cindy says, I live in the middle of my city, but we have a huge wooded park that leads to a beach on the edge of the city. We live directly across the river from the U.S. It is a nice little getaway from the noise. Oh, that sounds lovely. And Claire says that she lives in Minnesota. And yeah, Minnesota, I've never been to Minnesota before. When I think of Minnesota, I think of cold. Like, I know you guys have like a long winter, right? Okay, so for the stems on these mushrooms here, I'm going to use Payne's Gray. So I'm taking some Payne's Gray and a lot of water. I want it to be light. So this will just be the first layer on these stems. Okay. Allison says that she lives in the Smoky Mountains of East Tennessee, and that there are lots of places to hike around here. Yeah, Jimmy and I, we were also thinking about going to the Smoky Mountains someday. And Hannah says, oh yeah, a fairy circle is a circle of white mushrooms. And then hers is about 4 feet in diameter. Some people believe that fairy rings are magical, but actually it's a natural occurrence when the fungus is looking underground for food. Interesting. That is very interesting. And Claire says, so I think because of the humidity, we are seeing lots of mushrooms. Okay. So, let's work on the second layer on these mushroom caps here. I kind of want this to be the final layer on these mushrooms, but maybe we'll have to do a third layer. So I am going to take my Windsor red, and it's very intense. So I want to add a little bit of green. And then I kind of want to mix like a darker red. So I'm just going to go ahead and mix some here. And then I'm going to add some of this green. And then some Payne's Gray, maybe. Okay, and some more red. More Payne's Gray. More red. Okay, that looks fine. So I'm taking this red that's not the dark red. I'm first going to work on this larger mushroom. And just going to kind of paint around the edge. And I'm going to blend with water into the middle. So that the edge, or like the edge is darker. Okay, I'm gonna add some more. I'm going to blend with water again. Okay, so I'll let that dry. And I'm going to do the same thing on the little tiny mushrooms. I should probably get my smaller brush. Okay. Hannah says, I live in Adirondack foothills, upstate New York, and my property is wooded. And then she says, you should definitely go to the Smoky Mountains. So beautiful. Oh, I really want to. Hopefully someday Jimmy and I can move to a wooded area or like have woods. We both really want that. So maybe someday we'll be able to move somewhere like that. Allison says, upstate New York is beautiful too. And Sydney says, also, if you take a short drive from where I live, there's something called Rock Glen, and it's gorgeous, full of nature and a natural waterfall. I go every summer and fall. Oh my gosh. That sounds amazing, Sydney. Seriously. I can definitely see how you can find inspiration from that. Oh my goodness. Now I'm going to work more on the stems of these mushrooms. So I'm going to take some Payne's Gray. I'm going to darken under here. And then I'm going to blend with water. I'm gonna kind of wipe some of this away. I still want that lighter layer to show in some areas. I'm gonna take my tiny brush here with some Payne's Gray. I can't remember what this is called in the mushroom, but it's some kind of I don't know what it's called. Guess I'm painting a fly agaric mushroom, which I love these mushrooms. I'm going to intensify this shadow. And then under here again. Okay. And then I want to paint a little bit of grass right here. So I'm going to take my serpentine green, just loosely paint in some grass. Okay. I'm going to paint the stems on the tiny mushrooms. Okay, now I want to add another layer to these mushrooms, the mushroom caps. So I'm taking the dark red that we mixed. I'm gonna add some of that down here and at the top. I'm mixing more of that dark red with less water. I feel like it has a lot of water in it. And then I just added too much Payne's Gray. Okay, need more red. All right. So yeah, I'm just blending this dark color a little bit more into the mushroom. Here. Taking this dark red again, I'm going to paint in these tiny mushrooms. This will be like the last layer on these mushroom caps. And I'm going to paint some Payne's Gray on under here, under the caps, on the stems. blending with some water. Okay, I think that's good for now. So let's move on to the poppies. Okay. So how are you guys liking this tutorial so far? Okay. Next, I think, let's see. I'm trying to think what to paint next on these poppies. So the center is going, like the first layer in the very center is going to be like a light green, like a very, very light green. So I'm going to take the same green we've been using with a lot of water. Okay. And then we'll let that dry. And Allison says that she is loving this tutorial. Claire says that she's loving it as well, and Sydney's really liking it. Thank you. I'm glad you guys are liking it. Okay, I guess we can finish the poppies and then we will do the final layer on the leaves and then we will probably be done. So I am going to take my size 4 round brush here and I'm going to mix like a dark red. So it's going to be a lot like the mushrooms. Going to take some Payne's Gray. Oh my goodness. Too much. Take some more red. That's good. Tina says this was a fun idea to do for a tutorial. Thank you. Yeah, I like to do tutorials that are kind of unique that you don't really find a lot on YouTube, I guess. And kind of like more in depth, not so simple like a lot of tutorials. But then I guess if they're not as simple, they might be a little bit more challenging. But anyways, I'm gonna start working on this poppy up here. I'm gonna just start darkening up the shadows. Okay, now I'm cleaning my brush. And I'm going to blend this. And it's a little too much. So I'm gonna probably have to wipe some of that away. Okay, and this is kind of like the technique I've kind of just acquired. I like to first apply the paint and then blend with water. I do that also with oils. Like I guess maybe I adopted this technique because I painted with oils a lot before watercolor. Like I applied, like I just put the paint on my painting and then blend and work it into the painting. So I think after I darken the shadows and let them dry, I will then add more red, like intense red, to kind of brighten up these poppies. I feel like they are, they might be a little dull looking. Now that the center is dry, I'm going to add a shadow here. It's probably because how I mixed the dark red. It's probably how, like, why it's kind of looking dull to me. And then going to add a shadow down here. And then there's like a little flap. I'm gonna darken under that flap. Okay, so I'll let that layer dry. Now we'll work on this poppy. Allison says, I think Allison should start a Ko-fi account, or coffee, however you say that. She also asked me if I'm gonna start a Patreon. And guys, I know some of you have also asked me that, but I don't think I can handle a Patreon with everything else I'm doing. So, I don't know. I don't know if I can handle a Patreon. Okay, I'm going to mix more of that dark color. And I'm going to darken I'm dragging this more on this part of the petal. And drop in a little bit more of that dark red. I never mix enough of a color. I feel like I'm mixing more of this red again. Okay, I'm gonna add some more of this dark red right here. And then dragging this around the center. I feel like these shadows on this poppy are a little bit more intense. So let's see, maybe I will try to make the shadows on this poppy a little bit more intense. I want them to be like the same. I don't want that like one to be darker than the other. So I'm going to try to make them the same, like the same values and color. Okay, I think that's fine for now. We'll let that dry. Let's see. Allison says Ko-fi coffee is free and we can donate to help the channel, no obligation. But it gives us a way to say thank you by donating a couple of dollars and no extra work for Allison. And then, yeah, that sounds better than Patreon. I feel like Patreon, like it would be a lot of work, like a lot more work, like another workload for me, and I already have a lot going on. And Hannah says, never heard of Ko-fi. Sounds nice. Starting a Patreon would be a lot of work for her. On YouTube, you can always do a super chat and give money too. That is true. I do have super chat enabled. So that if you guys like, I do this for you for free. Like these tutorials and everything on this YouTube channel is all for you. It's all free. I don't expect anything in return. It's all for you. But if you do feel obligated to help the channel, you could do a super chat, and maybe I will put together a coffee account like Allison suggested. And Joy says, love the little bunny, so cute. I have a work meeting to attend. See you soon. Or, okay, yeah, well, have fun at your work meeting. I'm glad that you could pop in a little while. And then Allison says, I never heard of Super Chat. I need to check that out. Yeah, in this chat, as you guys can see, there's like a little dollar bill button. It's right next to it says custom emojis, like it's a smile face. Yeah, that's the super chat. It's just like a donation to the channel. But I'm not asking for anything. So I do this all for free for you guys. But anyways, so let's finish up this poppy up here. I am going to take Winsor Red with a fairly good amount of water. And I'm going to use this to kind of brighten up the poppies a little bit. Wow, Allison, thank you. Thank you so much. That means a lot to me. Okay, I'm just going to kind of paint this on. Now I am cleaning my brush, blending. I want some of that lighter red to show. I probably shouldn't have covered up all of this. I'm going to kind of wipe some away like that. Okay, and I'm going to add some red over here, over here. Blend with some water. And I think when this layer dries, I will add another layer to intensify the shadows a little bit more. Okay, and we'll do it on this poppy now. Okay, I need to grab some more Winsor Red. Allison says I'm old and technology deficient. What? Susie says I'm feeling your pain. I am almost dirt. I am almost dirt. What do you mean, Susie? Allison says looking beautiful. Thank you. Hannah says, have you ever used Derwent in Inktense watercolor paint? I haven't. I've heard of it, and I was actually looking into it as something maybe I could try out sometime, but I haven't ever tried it. And she says, if so, what's your thoughts? I just got some. They don't act quite the same. Once they are dry, they do not reactivate, once they are dry, they do not reactivate with water. Yeah, I've never used them before, so I can't really say anything, but I thought about it. I've thought about trying them out. Okay, so now we'll move back to this poppy. I am going to paint in the center now, the very center. Susie says older than dirt, close, very close to 70. You're not old. Oh my goodness. Don't say that. Okay. So for the center, very center, I'm going to take some Payne's Gray. And I'm going to, so the center of the poppy has like some little dots, you know what I mean, like the pollen and stuff. So I'm just going to add some here and there, leaving a little bit of that light green. Okay. Now I'm going to do the same thing on this poppy. Okay, when that dries, I will add a layer to kind of make the shadow in the middle more intense. So yeah, I'll just let that dry. One Creative Family. Hi, how are you doing? They say, this is beautiful. Was just scrolling YouTube and your live popped up. So glad I clicked. Yay! Well, I'm glad that you're here. I hope that you find this video enjoyable. Wow. My awkwardness is coming out. Okay, Susie says thank you, but when I look in the mirror, I have to ask the reflection, who are you? Susie. It's just part of life, getting older. It's okay. Hannah says the Inktense colors are nice and bright. Good light fastness too. I may use them as a brightening color to add as a finishing touch. I may just use it with line and wash too. And Sarah says, painting is looking beautiful. Thanks. Yeah, let us know, Hannah, when you use them, like what your thoughts are on them. So as we wait for the poppies to dry, we are going to finish up the leaves. So I want to do one last layer on the leaves just to kind of give them some more depth. So let's mix a darker green. I am taking the Serpentine green here from Daniel Smith, adding some to my palette. And then I think I'm just going to add a touch of the Payne's Gray to this to make it a little darker. And I'm going to add some more of this green. I love this green so much. I think it might be my favorite green ever. It's so pretty. Okay, so that's a little darker. I'm gonna try to mix more. Okay, and one creative family says, oh, she's like astonished with this illustration right here with the mushrooms. Oh, thank you. I am too. She says she is so in love with toadstools. I love them as well. I love painting them. And she says, and that is the print I would love to buy when complete. Aw, yeah, I do plan on making these illustrations into prints and then maybe stickers. And it just depends like what you guys want. So I'm gonna add, okay, that's a lot. I'm just going to add some this here and then under here. And I'm cleaning my brush now and grabbing some clean water, and I'm going to blend this green, dark green. I still want that beautiful white green to show, so I don't want to like blend this, like paint too much with this dark. I just want to add a little bit more depth to these leaves. Okay. And I'm going to add some dark green here. And I love how these two little bunny illustrations are turning out. Like, I'm very happy with them. They're so cute. Okay. I'm reading some of your comments. Hannah says, I'll let you know what I think about them. Jury is still out. Susie says, I did purchase the Mungyo watercolor 48 pan. They are very intense compared to my Cotman, but I do like them. Many similar colors, hard to even tell a difference, but I do like them. Good. Yeah, I know that you mentioned them to me. They seem like fairly good watercolor paints. One creative family says, you just made me very happy. Well, I am very glad I did. Allison says that she wants to buy stickers. Yay! Aw, are so sweet. I'm so, oh, thank you, Allison. Aw, thanks, Hannah. You guys are so kind. So I need to mix more of this dark green. So I'm taking this serpentine green. And I'm going to add a little bit of Payne's Gray. Whoa. Too much. Okay. Oops. Sorry, guys. Yeah, I need to add some more green to that. Okay. So let's start with these leaves up here. I'm just gonna add some green there and then right here. And then I'm cleaning my brush. I'm gonna blend with some water. Okay. Hi, Sarah. I'm glad you're here. Sarah says, now that I'm older, I look in the mirror and say, hi, Mom. Looks so much like her now. It freaks out my sister-in-law. That is funny. That is too funny. Susie says, Allison is the best teacher, so patient and very talented. Oh, you guys are gonna make me cry. And then she said, so glad I stumbled on her also. Thank you. You guys are honestly, I have like the kindest, sweetest subscribers ever. I'm so thankful for all of you. Okay, trying to blend this. Okay, I need to add some more. Oh, Hannah is leaving. Hannah says, I'm headed out to go care for my mom. She was just released from rehab, a nursing home yesterday. Back home, thank goodness, thank God, but needs 24-hour care. It's a privilege to care for her, but hard. Aw. Okay, Hannah. Well, yeah, I hope your mom is doing well. I hope you have a wonderful day. It's so nice of you to take care of her. Thank you for hanging out with us. I'm gonna add some of this dark green also to like this grass down here a little bit. I think I need to mix more of that dark green. Hannah says, you have really helped my stress level over the last year. Oh. You have encouraged my creative endeavors too. Thank you so much, Allison. Oh, you're welcome, Hannah. I'm so glad. I'm so glad that I can help people and help you through my videos. Truly, like I'm so grateful. So, what do you guys think? Should I add little white dots to these mushrooms? Like a one of those flygarth mushrooms with the white specks? Or should I just keep them the way they are? Let me know your thoughts. I kind of want to, but then I like them how they are. So I don't really know what I want to do. Okay, yeah, I think we're done with those leaves, although I kind of want to intensify these shadows here. Again, I'm going to mix more of this green. Okay. Okay, Allison says yes, I should. Claire says yes, Hannah says yes. Okay, bye Hannah. Have a great weekend. Okay, so yeah, I will add the white dots to these mushrooms. Okay. So let's go back to this one. And let's finish up these poppies. We don't have too much more to do. I just want to kind of intensify the shadows. So I'm going to take this Windsor Red and some Payne's Gray. Oh my goodness, maybe that's too much. Okay. So I'm going to darken the middle and some of the shadows. And I have a lot of paint in my brush, so I'm cleaning my brush now. And I'm going to blend with water. Blend this. Okay. And I'm going to add some of this here. And down here. Okay. I think I need some more red, like brighter red. So I'm taking some of this Windsor red here. Oh my goodness. I hope I don't mess this up. And then I'm going to add a little shadow here. Okay. And then I'm going to work on this one, darken the center. Okay. Sarah says, is your husband an artist as well? He's creative. He's a creative person. He doesn't paint, but he does some like word he does some wood stuff, like stuff with wood, and he is he plays instruments. So he's creative that way. He plays the guitar and he's learning the fiddle and the banjo. So yeah, he doesn't paint like that creative outlet, but he does other creative things. I think I might be done. I don't want to like overwork my poppies. So I think I might be done with the poppies. And I think we're basically done except the white dots on the mushrooms. What do you guys think? Yeah, I'm really liking these cute bunny illustrations. Okay. One creative family says, watercolors is something I have never really got the grips with, but watching you has given me a few tips and pointers that might actually work for me. Oh, good. I'm glad. Okay, so these mushrooms for the white spots, I'm going to use my white gouache here. And if you want to add white spots to your mushrooms and you don't have white gouache, you can use like a white gel pen or white acrylic paint if you don't have like a white gel pen. And I'm going to use my teeny tiny 0 round brush. I'm just going to take some from the tube. And yeah, I'm just going to add some here and there. These white dots on mushrooms, they're not like perfectly round, they're irregular. So I kind of want to mimic that a little bit. And some of them even like kind of go outside of the mushroom, if that makes sense. So if I add one right here, it could kind of like be like this. Allison says, looks awesome. Thank you. I am so happy how these turned out. So next Friday we'll be going live again like we do every Friday at 10 a.m. EST. And it seems like you guys want me to do like a flower tutorial. So we'll be doing a flower. I'll either choose like a sunflower, a peony, or I think one of you said a poppy, like poppies. And I might add a poll to the community tab in a few days. So like asking what flower you all would like out of all of those options. And okay, I'm gonna add some to these little tiny mushrooms. Okay, I'm cleaning my brush now, and I think we're done. Hi Desiree. Desiree's back. You just made it to the end. We are all finished. And I am thrilled. I am thrilled how these illustrations turned out. So here's this one, all finished. So cute. And then here is the poppy one. You probably know what question I'm going to ask next. I ask this like all the time, but what one is your favorite? The one with the mushrooms or the one with the poppies? What one do you like best? Do you or do you just like both the same? For me, I like both the same. I can't choose. I love them both so much. Okay, so thank you, Eva. Thank you, Uncreative Family. Yeah, I'm going to take my phone off this tripod. I'll try to give you guys a closer look. Yeah, Eva, it is. It's difficult to like pick a favorite. I love these so much. Oh, okay. Here's kind of my workspace. I know some of you guys like to see my workspace. Okay, I'm going to turn my camera around now. Hi. This tutorial was so much fun. I had a lot of fun with you guys. Yeah, I love these so much. Oh my goodness. I love these so much. Seriously. I am definitely going to be making prints of these and maybe stickers. Probably stickers. So yeah. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. I'm looking at my laptop to read your comments. Desiree says that she thinks the mushrooms are her favorite. Cindy says, it's so adorable. I love these. The mushroom is my favorite one. Yeah. Thank you, guys. Claire says, I love them both. Quinn says hi and bye. Hi. Hi, Quinn. Yeah, hi. How are you doing, Quinn? Okay. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. It's been another fun live tutorial with you. And I think the next time I'll see you is Tuesday in the weekly studio vlog, and then next Friday again for another live tutorial. Yeah, thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. I appreciate you all a lot. I'm so thankful for you. Thank you for being part of this community, and I hope you have an amazing weekend. Bye. Bye, Desiree. You're welcome. Bye, Claire. Bye, Sarah. Bye, Allison. Bye, guys. Bye, Cindy. And okay, I'm going to go now. Bye. Bye, Eva. Bye, Allison. Bye, guys.